Hello and welcome. This is day one of Battle for Hyrule 2, the Zelda 1 vanilla tournament happening this spring. This tournament has 4 different categories: any percent no obey, 100% no obey, second quest, and swordless. Today we have a qualifier for 100% no obey, qualify for the 100% no obey bracket. Runners will need a sub hour, and they will be seeded based on their time. So these guys are going to try and get the best time they can, and we'll be starting here in just a minute. And yes, thanks to only level 1 for this beautiful layout. He's done several versions of this, and you will see them over the course of the tournament, both here on SpeedGaming and over on some races over on Zelda speedruns as well. So keep an eye on all your favorite racing channels. And they're off. This is 100%. The requirements for 100% are everything that is not consumable or upgradable. So they don't need the big shield because it can be fed to a like. They don't need a potion because you drink it. They do need every heart container, every dungeon item, and the top upgrades of every item. So they can skip the blue candle, although the blue candle's faster to get, but they have to get the red candle. They can skip the white sword, but they have to get the natural sword. We see Cantaloupe and the third extent are both heading into level 3, doing the 3 first route. Meanwhile, Billick is going to level 2. Cantaloupe going bottom route, third extent going top route. And doing 2 first 100% is a lot tougher than 2 first any percent, assuming you get the magical boomerang out of 2 now, because there's a tough room you have to do on 3 hearts. So we'll see how Billick does with that. Plenty of bombs from the Orange Guerilla farm. A heart from my oh good, he got 2 hearts, so he'll have beams for this room. Now these blue Guerillas each take 5 hit points, so 1 with sword, stab, and a bomb usually. And there are fireballs all over this room, so it's pretty dangerous. But he got it. Not to have a heart, but still alive. Meanwhile, our 3 first runners are on their way to Manhandla. Both of them get through it because there's some randomness to the fight. Cantaloupe got a 1-shot on Manhandla, did not get a bomb force, but he has 6 bombs, so he should be fine to move on to level 4. See how third extent does. Nice! And all 3 runners on to the next level. So on 3 first, you're pretty underpowered in level 4, but these guys know how to do it with Wood Sword. The only difference between level 4 and 100% is that you can, but don't have to skip one of the keys. Now, there are some key routing options in 100% because the magical key is required, you can skip some of the keys that are routed into any percent. But a lot of people don't. Some people get the key in level 4 and skip the others, but there are some options that we'll discuss as we get to them. Billick grabbing the letter, one of the easier things to forget, since unless you're buying potions, which some people do, you don't end up using it, but... Cantaloupe skipping the error key, named for Error 72, who routed it in. It's a nice pattern there. Third Extent also skipping that key, so they will have to get either the Moldorms in level 2 or Pirouette on the way into level 1. Moldorms is theoretically the fastest one, but it's very variable. Unlike the other two. Nice bomb force off Gleeok from Cantaloupe. What he did there was he dropped a bomb on a red head, which is invincible, but still registers kills for the purposes of count manipulation. So he got his count up to 10, forced a bomb off that head, and it was stored because it wasn't a dropping enemy. And then when he finished off Gleeok, he got the bomb. He had to finish it without getting hit to make that work, which is not trivial. Billick grabbing the blue candle. Almost all 100% routes do get the blue candle, because if you wanted to get the red candle earlier, you'd have to skip a bunch of money and backtrack for it, because bomb upgrades are required, so there's a lot of money you need. Billick grabbing the white sword, that'll help him out with the levels we've already seen Cantaloupe and Third Extent do. And the 31st runners are world wrapping now over to level 2. We do 3, 4, 2 and 100% because there's a heart container in between level 4 and 1 that you can't get without a candle, so it doesn't make sense to go that way yet. Instead, we go to the coast, collect these heart containers, and continue on it to level 2. Cantaloupe, one of our most experienced runners, has done Hondo in marathons, and got a little bit of a lead built up here. Meanwhile, you notice Billick did not pirouette on the way to into level 1. Pirouette means if you exit and enter the level, it'll save the key, but since we have some more keys available, you don't really need to do that in this category. Also, on a white sword route, there's a key in level 3 that's pretty fast that adds yet another reason you can skip some. Third Extent now getting the magical boomerang. He's grabbing the Moldorm's key, so he will not need to pirouette either. both the three first runners are doing good on money. Is a bit of a concern in this category because if you don't have a certain amount of money by the end of level 1, you have to spend some time for a backup. But they're both a little bit ahead of where they need to be, so that shouldn't be a problem. Question chat, does 100% include the blue ring or the letter? The letter, yes. You just saw Cantaloupe get that. Blue ring, no, because the top upgrade for rings is the red ring, so the red ring is required, but you can skip intermediate upgrades if you want to. They won't get the wooden boomerang either. Billick got the white sword for safety, but the other guys will skip it. Yeah, that's correct. The bait and wood arrows are required to progress, but not for the category per se. And in second quest, you only need the bait for 100% because there aren't any there are required items that are bait blocked, but not there are items that are bait blocked, but they're not required. So in the second quest, any percent races that you'll see in this tournament, they won't get the bait at all. Alright, Cantaloupe in the highest variance first quest room, but the nice thing about 100% is since the bomb upgrade is required, Third Extent's right behind him getting it now, you get to come in here with a lot more bombs, and so you have a little more margin for error. He did get a force, so cleans it up easily. Grabs the recorder, sometimes we call it the breadstick. And this room that since you're just here for the breadstick, sometimes we call this room the Olive Garden. Good Olive Gardens for both of the three first runners. Look, going into level 4, he has the white sword, which is... The game sort of intends you to have the white sword by the time you get to 4. I think there's an old man in level 3 that actually asks if you got the sword from the top of the waterfall, because what you saw the 3 first runners do before it can be pretty tough, but with white sword the Gliok will take far fewer hits. And the extra heart containers help a bit too. Not more than a bit. Third extent taking out Dig Dogger. Cantaloupe, meanwhile, done with level 5 and circling back to level 1. He has his candle now, so he's going to grab this heart container. Cantaloupe pirouetting. Slightly different key routes. And you see that that door opens automatically. Third extent, stopping to farm those levers, which gets him all the money he needs. They need to be at 80 rupees by the end of level 1. Cantaloupe's already there, and so is third extent now. If they didn't have 80 rupees, they would have to take an extra menu to candle, a menu back to bombs, and wait for bush to burn open, and then wait for old man text. So it's about a 15-second loss if you don't route the money right. And but they both did it just fine. Billick crossing the overworld, he's going to collect all these heart containers on the way, I assume. Also the 2 first route where you can world wrap, but the issue with that is after 6, you have to come back to this section through the enemy roads, and it's a pretty nasty gauntlet, so this route a little bit more race friendly. Cantaloupe bombing that Armos. You often have extra bombs in 100% because we get the upgrades, so it's a nice little strat to not have to worry about. Question, do you not need the banana? You need the blue banana, and they've already gotten it. Question chat, you can block Kip next to doorway to enter it from the side. Yes, that shop, there's a P-hat in the way, so some people do that to save a little time. It does change the spawn on the guinea in the graveyard, so sometimes he gets gets in front of you and you have to take an extra swing, which makes it kind of a wash. But even then, it looks really cool to clip around the pad into the cave, so you could do it for that reason. Cantaloupe into level 6. In Hundo, we need to get the magical rod in level 6, which adds a little bit of a room, adds some time. Cantaloupe's heading there now. 30 cent, not too far behind him. Well, Billick's into the bomb upgrade. He'll take care of the quarter room while Third Extent has got his wand. Cantaloupe's screen is fine. There are only 3 runners, but I think it's just it looks like Cantaloupe's labeled for the empty one, but he's the one on the lower left. World record in this category is a low 35, either 35 1x something. Cantaloupe's the only runner in the tournament who has a sub 36 PB, but given the skill level of some of the other runners, I wouldn't be surprised if that changes. That little reload you saw changes the spawn. Get that P-hat out of the way. Cantaloupe prefers that. I think he came up with that, because I know I've heard Unos refer to it as the Cantaloupe reload. Only takes, I think it takes like a second and a half at most to get that better spawn. If you don't do that reload, you have to tank the P-hat. We'll see if... I'm not sure what Third Extent strat is, but we'll see him on what he does on this stair. Yeah, he's just gonna run into the P-hat, which is the correct strat if you don't do the reload. And he got his health back, which is nice. Alright, as any road walk that the 3 first runners are now doing is a little tough, and it's what I was talking about on the 2 first World Wrap route has this same sequence on it. The HUD clip you see Cantaloupe doing now, it lets you scroll across this screen where there are obstacles, so you couldn't screen scroll in the play field. Saves a couple screens of walking. And Cantaloupe's heading over to get the book. Yes, we now have Cantaloupe Actual and Cantaloupe Fake on the restream. Question, what's required for 100%? Go over that again. It's anything that's not upgradable or consumable, so you don't have to get the intermediate items, which I think is what you mean by everything leading up to it. So they won't get the blue ring, but they will get the red ring. Alright, Cantaloupe now, making his way through level 8. In addition to the 2 Lagoons Thrill of Darknuts, he still also needs to get the magical key here. And he has 1 key as he heads to this last door before the magical key, which means he routed his keys correctly. As Goma takes 3 hits, and depending on the pattern, it can be tough, but he got the easy pattern. Takes it out in 1 cycle. Verdict set also coming in with the correct key count. See how Goma treats him in a sec. Yeah, we already had an 90% no update qualifier this morning, so that's why this is the second qualifier overall. It is the first Hondo qualifier. Okay, Billick's into level 6, and he's going to have his Wand Room coming up. Antelope grabbed the boss heart from Gleeok, which we often skip in any percent, but of course it is required in this category. The other funny thing about this category is level 8 is not the second to last level. We save level 7 for now, and the reason for that is that level 7 costs keys, so it's faster to route it after the magical key. So Cantaloupe will go buy his bait now, which is required to pass through level 7, and then he'll head over there. Oops. Misfired flame. Quick fix. So Cantaloupe just grabbed that 100 secret because he has to get the other bomb upgrade, which is in level 7. Also has to remember the red candle. But he has Magical Sword, which makes this a lot easier than it is in any percent. So, kind of fun. Actually, very fun for experienced runners. What's been the most interesting discussion regarding categories? I would say we were on the fence for a while about Second Quest or Second Quest no up A, and we decided on Second Quest with up A because the backtracking, there are some tough places where backtracking to touch back if you die would be pretty punishing in Second Quest. So even though the no up A category has a little bit bigger leaderboard, we're racing the up A category in Second Quest. And if you're wondering what that means, no up A means you can pause and press up A on the second controller to continue warp or save, for that matter, which is not allowed in this category or in any percent no up A, but it is allowed in Swordless and Second Quest, which are the other categories we're racing. Felix into level 8. I feel like leaving that Dark Nut alive in Lagoon 2, that's a bit of a safety strat, because if he dies up there, there will still be only one Dark Nut in that room. As opposed to, they'll still all come back in the first Lagoon, so it would be very bad to die, but... no, they'll all move on, assuming they get sub-hour times, which, obviously, unless something really bad happens, they're all going to get. So their times will just be used for seeding. Antelope heading into level 9. The hard part here is the walk to the red ring. If he gets the red ring with a reasonable amount of health, it's pretty much easy fun times from there, but it is not trivial to get there. All three runners have made it out of level 8, which in 100% is almost certainly the hardest part. With all those extra items, extra rooms, and it's still level 8 with all those Dark Nuts. This is the Patra that has the map. There's an old man in a room we won't see that says Patra has the map. There are 5 Patras in level 9, so it's not a super helpful hint, but that's the Patra he's referring to. Antelope hits that clip first try, gets the red ring with plenty of health, and he should be off to the races by now. And 30% also gets the red ring. Ooh, and a nice down stab from third extent. That's a frame perfect move, and to do it in any direction but left, it's also a quick pivot on the D-pad, so impressive little bit of swag. Antelope now into reverse C. The reverse C pattern is much worse when you get the red ring, so kind of have to tank a bunch of hits and stab the way you just saw him do. It's better to get hit by the whiz ropes than the bubbles, since the bubbles take your sword. And you have that's a good question. I don't have it in front of me. I know Cantaloupe has a 35, and I think Third Extent has a 37 that's kind of old, so... And I'm not sure about Billick. I assume 40-something, but I don't know. No, I don't think they're on PB pace. Although it's about 2 minutes from the from Silvers to Ganon, so not remembering the second on. Oh, we got him in chat now. Okay, Third Extent has a 37.28, so he's going to come close to PB on this run. I don't know if he'll actually PB, but not too far off. Cantaloupe into Ganon. And GG's in chat for Cantaloupe. That was a 36:33 in race time, which is really good. Third Extent into Ganon now. The swag up stab there too. And GG's in chat for Third Extent. He has a, let's see. Yep. 37:39 race time. Race time is slightly off from speedrun.com time, because speedrun.com we time from control, and in races we time from file select. That's about 10 seconds off its PB, which is a really good run in a race. Hey Cantaloupe, GG, hey. Nice run.
Hey, thank you, John. What's going on, man?
Just getting the tournament started. Really excited. It's fun to race 100%, isn't it?
Oh yes, it's been a while since I've done that, and I wasn't even going to do this race, but I'm working grave shift. I couldn't get to sleep, and I was like, you know what, screw it. Let's do it and see what happens with no warm-up, and that happens.
Yeah, sometimes you can't sleep and you wake up and just throw down a low 36 in Hundo, no big deal, right?
Yeah, I'll take it for a race time. It's going to be tough to get a 35 in this tournament for anybody. 35 is tough to race.
Yeah, I mean, I think 35 in this is probably a little tougher than a 28 and 90% no obey, and that's only happened in a race, like, you can count it on one hand, so 100%'s been raced less, so it's not impossible, but...
Yeah, I know the 28s have happened in races, because 2 of them has happened against me. Hello, RC Drone. But... No RC Drone, but Green Mario, rather, yeah, he got me last year on that. But yeah, 100 has not been raced a lot, but if there's a 35, it will. It's definitely harder to get a 35 than a 28.
Look, takes a beam on the way to the red ring. Fortunately, he purchased a potion at some point and routed it in.
Good deal. Yeah, I gave myself a little chuckle as I was going through 9, and the blue wizard there north of the compass room decided to throw the screw you beam at me. I was like, oh, come on. But yeah.
And Billick's at the red ring.
Nice. That red ring makes it so less stressful in 9.
I mean, particularly if you're used to speedrunning without it.
I don't know, even it helps even more.
Yeah.
I just wish the reverse C was a better room than what it is on Hondo. It's pretty rough.
Yeah, if there was a way to fix that spawn fast, we'd definitely do it.
Yeah, I think it revolves going in and out of the staircase like twice or some silly crap like that. No, and
ooh, nice clock for Billick in the next room.
Oh, that's a good time for it. But yeah, hopefully it's going to be a good tournament and we have a good turnout. Just day 1 of qualifiers, so if anybody's on the fence, jump on in some qualifiers and let's get them going. There's going to be going on for 2 weeks.
Yep. Already had someone message today wanting to jump in. Great to see. Love to see new people try their hand at this.
Yeah, I'd love to see a lot of new faces come in, and every year. I mean, last year we had a lot of new faces. And I know it was several years before another tournament was had, so it's like the first time we've had tournaments in back-to-back years. So it's definitely a cool thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let you bring the commentary home on this, and I'm probably going to goof off a minute. Then I'm gonna go to bed.
All right. Good night.
Good night, man. Okay. Thank you.
Nope, I'm still here. Billick heading into the home stretch now. Yeah, sorry, I was just looking at a different tab for a sec. But and GG for Billick, coming in with a race time of 44:04, which is less than 2 minutes off his PB, which is very respectable for a race. Coming up later today, we have a swordless qualifier at 8 p.m. Eastern on currently scheduled for SpeedGaming Prime. 10 p.m. Eastern. There is a second quest qualifier scheduled for SpeedGaming 4. We have a relatively few entrants for second quest, so we might be short for that one. But if people show up, we will restream it. And at midnight, we have an any percent OFA qualifier, midnight Eastern, for our West Coast crowd. Oh, hey, Billick. GG. You got it, Mike? Billick? We're not hearing you if you're talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot push to talk was on.
Oh, that's no problem. GG. Thoughts on the race?
Thanks. Yeah, I was just trying to get a safe, run in.
Yeah.
So that went all safe strats and just finished. And then next time, hopefully, go for a little bit more aggressive strats. That's my plan for the tournament. It's
great to get a solid time in the first qualifier. Then it's low stress to try and go faster because our runners do have up to 3 chances to establish their best qualifying time, and those races will be happening over the course of the next couple weeks. I don't know if Third Extent is going to join us.
Yeah, but GG's the other runners. Those are some good times being put up, so that's cool to see. I'm looking forward to seeing what the other qualifiers look like. I'm sure there'll be some good times going up. So
yeah, we had a Dr. Blue had a 30.03 in any percent no obey in this morning's qualifier. So so we already had one really good race time, and I'm sure we will have more. I think Third Extent is giving up on trying to find the invite. So, but we will be back this evening for more. For now, have a great afternoon, and we will see you later.